Next up we have talk from Builder by Saurabh. Let's go.
Hi, good morning. So, how many of you were partying your last night, yeah? I think everyone. So, see here, but I'm going to talk about something called engagement economy. I think the audience is pretty less. I'm just trying to understand, are we building something? Anyone in their house, are we building something? What are you building? Metaverse, right? So we have like multiple categories. We build across access to NFT platforms, to social apps, to metaverses and stuff, right? So, okay, that's all right. So to quickly brief about myself, I'm Saurabh Sharma. I started this journey as an educator. We started a platform called Blockchain School and eventually moved now to something called Builder. So with Builder, what exactly we're trying to build is a two-way platform. We're trying to solve the user onboarding for dApps. Basically simplifying the user onboarding for decentralized applications. And on the other side, user gets incentives to use the dApps. Right now, the bigger question is how do we get these incentives? Where's the liquidity? Where's this money coming from? So I'm going to talk about like more, but like the whole point of discussion was how do we understand user retention? How do we understand the user engagement with current app ecosystem? Right. So I think there's going to be more of a feedback sort of a session. I would love to understand your perspective as well. I'm gonna quickly ask questions as well. What motivates you? How many dApps you've used so far in your journey? Yeah, that's the question. Like on a scale of 1 to 10 or 10 to 50, what's the scale?
Around 15 20 dApps we've been using right now. We've been partnering up with a lot of companies as well for integrating their products and everything. So it's been a long journey. Since last 5 months, it's been crazy with all these companies and apps. We've been trying to integrate them. Even if it doesn't suit with the product, sometimes we just try to tweak it a little bit. Because we understand that somewhere companies, when they collectively come, when they have some value addition, that's where the product gets better. So that's the long-term vision we have. I mean, the apps have been the stream of that.
Okay. Have you used apps? You use it, right? How many apps have you used on a scale of 1 to 10 or 10 to 50? 20, 30. You know what was the common answer that I've received in multiple meetups and events I've visited, right? People have not used more than 3 apps. That's the average, right? And in existence, there are 25,000 decentralized applications today. The biggest challenge when we talk to these builders, right, we call them builders, are very simple. They say that we have built crazy things, but users are not using it. And when we went to users and started talking to them, there are common challenges, right? The first challenge that we have heard was the navigation stuff. Builders are crazy minds, they build crazy things. I have a really good friend in the audience as well who's building great things. So the bigger challenge is that end consumer is like me, who's a non-techie, who wants to adopt to the decentralized world and this and that, but finds it really complicated. Second challenge we heard was people say that there's not enough motivation to use decentralized applications. So if we go back in the days, we try to bridge between Web2 to Web3, we always try to compare that. When we have seen applications like WhatsApp or applications like Paytm growing in India, right, there was enough motivation because that was need of an hour. Right? When we say that there was demonetization, we have seen that adoption of Paytm has scaled versus Paytm has been in existence for like years, nobody used it. I don't think so. There can be that situation for Web3 dApps that we reach the stage of need of an hour sort of situation. But we have something really unique called tokenization, right? And using that tokenization, we can create wonders. And that's where this whole narrative came that can we build a narrative and can we build something on top of that? So we went through multiple things. I've been creating playbooks for projects I've been working with as a marketing lead, as a marketer. We have a common playbook for crypto marketing, right? We go, we do AMAs, we do giveaways, we just keep pushing content on Twitter, we do airdrops, this and that. But all these things are happening on your social media, it's not happening on your platform. So you're not getting the end consumer there, right? So that's why we thought, how can we create something as simple as when you land to any new platform, even in Web2, if you use Canva or even if you use some other application, this application simply takes you through their own user experience. But you have an option to skip that. Here in Web3, we'll have to remove that option of skipping, right? We need compulsorily to go through the whole experience of decentralized application to eventually adopt it, right? When we say we're trying to redefine the engagement economy, there are parameters for retention and engagement, right? So we have seen into the short video format, things have massive. Guys, I would request if you come and sit in the front. Excuse me, guys who just came. Please come and sit in the front. Thank you so much. This is not a class, I'm just talking and understanding what you guys are building, right? So as I was saying, right, there's a fair balance between retention versus engagement, right? So when we try to compare the whole retention versus engagement game with the current scenarios, I think video platforms, short format video platform, you're the creator, I follow you. Short format video like platforms are increasing. Like we have seen Instagram going massive, TikTok going massive. But then versus when we actually try to stumble upon applications, when we want to use them, the retention and engagement is really less, right? When we say that the growth of decentralized applications are 170% year on year, so we're hitting 100K apps by end of 2025, but the volumes are pretty less, right? So the whole narrative of this talk was to one, understand what you guys are building. Second, talk about some of the narratives, why we've picked up Engage to Earn, have less time, but being understanding how the narratives are working. We have seen Create to Earn going massive and failing at the same time. We have seen Learn going massive and failing at the same time. Platforms like Earn.com don't have enough users now, right? So it's really tricky when you basically try to pick a topic, like pick a narrative and try to build on top of that, right? So when you say metaverse, how do you eventually plan to bring users?
Yeah, so essentially what we are doing is, it's not a web-based platform for us. So the challenge is even bigger because it's a hyper-realistic metaverse, so you have to download it's a bigger file. So yeah, I mean, community engagement is one of the biggest, I would say, way we're going for, like that's where we're approaching the market. But apart from that, we're trying to bring a lot of utility for people. And we somewhere believe strongly that if we provide a lot of utility to users, be in terms of like earning, be in terms of some other in-game utility or social value or anything like that, that is where the community starts believing in you, when you give back to the community in the proper value system, right? So that's what we're believing in. Essentially, we're trying to make a crazy product. We're trying to overcome all the challenges and make sure that we build something so special that people would adapt it. So that's what we are trying to.
Okay, so is this like tested and tried already, or?
Yeah, we've done the MVP stage. We've tried, tested everything, and yeah, we're just overcoming things right now. We're going to launch in December, so probably by then.
Stick around.
Yeah, we will be, stick around.
So yeah, the way the utility is going to happen is through the NFT itself. So how we define NFT over here is more about as digital assets. So each digital asset that's going to be in the metaverse is something going to be an NFT itself. So you can define the way you want to build your world and stuff through the NFTs. So these NFTs, these digital assets in the metaverse can be listed in OpenSea, and somebody wants to create their own custom brand or something, they can just go to OpenSea, and you're going to make it interoperable, cross-chain and stuff, and then you can bring it.
No, but everything that you said is good, and I can understand that. But how do you hit the mass adoption for this stuff?
So it's more about early adoption, and I would say all metaverses around the early.
Understood. So what we are saying is that when you are building such an awesome thing, right? How can we come in and play a vital role to basically onboard users? So when you said you have a web-based platform, we want to create an added layer on top of it. So whenever a user jumps onto your platform, that's XYZ, right? We make sure that users go through each and every feature of yours, right? And every feature when he engage, he basically makes an incentive. Now you'll be asking, how does this incentives come? So tabs will have to, like, they forever had budgets, right? For marketing, for airdrops and things like that. There's gonna be an added budget for a bounty sort of thing, right? So let's say you decide $1,000 bounty to be put to acquire 100 users from the market, right? The distribution will happen fairly because obviously it's every step that's counting. But your $100 goes into my liquidity pool, right? On my smart contract, we basically solve it with the one single economic that we're trying to build. Because eventually we want users to adopt to hundreds of tabs. And if I give hundreds of tokens to the adopters, this is also a user experience issue, right? Then on top of that, we create utilities. Then on top of this and that. Anyone who's building on like a cool narrative sort of thing, just trying to understand more from the builder's perspective. You've been into content creation. What are some of the great apps that you have come across and you like the narrative? So which attracted you to use them? What was that?
Most common example is like decentralized exchanges like Uniswap.
Mhm.
They have like trading volume more than Binance, like say, at the sometime Uniswap. So
Okay.
that's the most the app I use.
Okay, so what do you do when you face challenges? So let's say you land onto you are smart, but when you land the first time onto a decentralized application, what was your take there? Like how you figured out?
It was really confusing for the beginning when I got started, like MetaMask and stuff like that, the seed phase and stuff. Right now, it's not a smooth process for a common man to get onboarded in this stuff, but like eventually things will.
The UX is kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
So
understand the mechanisms.
UX, so I'll tell you, right? So when I go and talk to builders, actually UX is not bad. UX is new, right? Like it's fairly new. The experiences that the builders are creating are something that they create with their mindset, right? And for them it's best. Like everything that we explained was perfect from your side, but when it actually reaches the end consumer, it's complicated, right? So it's not bad, but it needs more kind of an exposure, right? It needs more hand holding to basically bring your first 1,000 sort of customers. So it was simple, right? We're still very early. We are in the product building phase. And any questions? I'm open for questions, and we're gonna just wind it up. Wanted to say that if you're building apps, happy to onboard you in the starter categories where we are trying to curate fairly balanced apps where we're going with the bigger apps, trying to talk to them, simplify their experiences, and also onboard early stage apps where we went to Polygon Hacker House, onboarded around 25 apps already there and this and that. So open for questions, or we're gonna just quickly wrap up. Thank you. Go for it.
So you guys said that you're trying to build an onboarding platform for thing, right? So for other apps. So essentially, like, do you feel that maybe like companies like us, let's say, if we create a proper onboarding procedure, which somewhere explains to our users, which is already there and everything, how this product works and everything, then how do you fill this gap? Like, is there even a gap? That's what I'm trying to ask.
So, like, I think every app is figured out, right? Either they have videos, either they have documentations, everything is there. But we are saying, can we add value to this ecosystem, right? You will definitely create something that you understand the best. But from the third person's perspective, can we come in and solve this for you?
It's more of a marketing.
It's a marketing tool, it's a CRO tool, very simple, right? I'm happy to understand what you're building and see if you can collaborate at that scale. That's it. Any other questions?
Yeah, so I really resonate with what you're saying here, that we need to communicate better to the masses, and that is the crux of mass adoption, in my opinion too. And that's what I also do for other projects. But I'm trying to understand, so can Brillo be defined as an aggregator of tabs? Is that what you're saying?
So it's first aggregator, it's the discovery platform, and then the engage platform gonna be where you land to immersive experiences with tabs. So one, you can look and feel the tab, you have all the information like combination of app radar and point market cap and things like that. But then one step beyond, if you go, you basically go through the tab experiences and earn incentives, right? So basically making you a user of the whole experiences that you've done. But we can talk about this if the time is up.
Yeah.
Happy to communicate.